Chapter 3, the balance point. Now, you'll find there are 6 balance points on the human being. The first one is through the eyes and ears here. The second one is through the shoulders across here. The third one comes roughly around the elbow and across this point here to the second elbow. The next one, the fourth one, it actually joins the wrists through the hips to the other wrist. The fifth one comes at the knees here, and the sixth one gets the ankles in this point. So for example, if you have somebody here, all you have to do is find one of these balance points and affect that balance point here. Okay? Second one comes through the shoulders here, This is where you affect one of these. Then from these points, this one. Then, again, any of these will interrupt balance. Interrupted that one there, go kill the balance. Alter these points at different 3-dimensional spaces. So for example, punch, okay? So the punch comes in, this is a balance point. You alter here, change to this one, change to that one, and you'll move them as you go along. Grab, so you 1, 2, 3, there we go, 4, 2, there. So all you have to do is punch, is you have to affect one balance point, another balance point, these, and it will go down. There. So for example, come on in. If you move here, you've got this balance point. Take this over, take another one, shift them like this. Punch it. So first of all, this here is a balance point. You simply move it out. You cannot come against that. Again, punching it. Here, you find, and then what you'll find is it comes to a point where you can't push them anymore. So you simply change to another balance point, maybe get 2. There, and they'll easily go down. There, and they'll easily go down. One more time. So this time we've got here. There. And we'll just shift that. There, all the balance points will go down. And it can be this simple. So, 1. If you watch his body there, pushing. Now I'm starting to pull him, so I need to change. So we change. And it's literally that easy to come down. So, Nick. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So, strike. Yeah. You'll find he goes down quite easy, especially if you strike him here. Okay. Chapter 7. 8 plus 8 plus 3 equals 0. Strange chapter name, I know. But what this means is, I'm going to show you very, very basics of swordsmanship. And when I say basics, I mean this is the absolute basics and what you should learn as a fundamental start. What we got, obviously, is the Japanese sword here, but it's irrelevant of what type of sword you've got. The human body is the same. Any sword, you'll go through it, obviously depending, it's not a completely weird one. Right. Now, the first cuts are the first 8 cuts. What you have, to hold a sword, you must loosely grip with this finger and tightly grip with this. Back up with the second one. The first cut is a simple overhead, down. The second cut is diagonally down in this fashion. The third one is across the side of someone's body, in this way. The fourth one is up through the torso. The fifth one is straight up and to the top. The next one is from this end right the way up through, and then again across, and then lastly down. So that's the 8 cuts. But then again, you have 8 directions. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now they're the 8 directions. So now we've got 8 cuts that go across this version, 8 directions, but to add to that you have 3 levels. So we've got the head, the torso and the knees. So each one of these cuts can be done high or it can be done low. You can then do it in the centre or you can get low and cut. These type of things, you can then move between all the cuts. You can reverse any cut you do is in one of them and at one of the directions. Obviously I have up and down, if anybody leaps on you. So Kev, can you bring me a bokken? We have the 8 cuts, the 8 directions, the 3 levels. This creates a sphere anywhere. People get the misunderstanding that swordsmanship is 1, 2, heavy. It's not. If you're at this point and somebody's here and you're in some sort of combat, any cut can come from here. We all know that's the cut from up here. So if I take it, it's this cut. But I can't get that, so what I mean is this. And all I need to do is manipulate my body and cut. And then we can come in and slice. That, even though it's a backward slice from me, is literally just simply that cut. So all the cuts, you don't need to be dogmatic with it. All you have to do is realise, practice them cuts, and realise no matter what position you're in, you can create that cut from there. Okay, so that's the very basics of swordsmanship, but what you need to do is you need to practice them cuts, practice the area, and realise you can reach anywhere around you with the sword, no matter where you are in this way, and then again, the cut. Chapter 13, windows. Now what windows means, it means in a martial arts situation, you don't pre-plan anything. Simply a window appears that you can step through. We could call it a door, but a window appears that you step through. Now you must not, and you must never try and look for windows. Don't try and search for anything. They really appear, they're like gifts. Windows appear from the first initial contact you make. You create windows. So first of all, you get this. This creates it. Now this window is what's up here. 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 Yeah? These windows, I'm not looking for them, they just appear. So, next. So, as things come on, yeah, this is what, these just literally appear. So it's first movement, yeah, I've got, that's it, that's all it's taken. That window's appeared, that's it, yeah. Can you take a punch, Ken? So this window's appeared, yeah, that window is there. Right. Now take a punch in. Yep, oh, this is it, this is our window. From here, move, that's what's the first thing I've seen, this way, yeah? Ears come off, this way. Windows appear, they all start in this sense. Snap, dead, snap, snap. The next one. Yeah, windows appear. This, this is what I get. You must take a snapshot of this, cock up this. Snap, snap, whoa, oh my god, nearly his testicles then. As he's up, head, snap, dead. That is just straight, that is, you kick to the occiput here, and they're dead, gone. Oh, Kevin. So this one and this one, yeah. From here, that is the simple window. In we go. Next window, next window, next window. Yep, they're all there, the windows just come. Go. So let's slow it down now. Right, as Nick punches, we find a window. Here's my first window. Yeah, second window. Yeah, third window. Here, fourth window. There. Yeah, they're all there. You literally just hit until things appear. Things will always appear. Never ever look for anything. Never ever look for anything. Ooh. It's there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, simple slap of the hand, Kevin. There. Here, there are windows. 1, 2. In this sense. This sense, another window. So what you get through this is the fact that you don't look for anything. So you don't come up and think, right, I'm going to punch him now in his face. No. You simply, that's it. That's all we've got. That's where we end up. Fighting is messy. So we end up here. And this is the window I've got sensitivity and awareness there. This way. Next one. Which is just contact here. He's scrapping me in town. This is all we have. That's the window I have. So we have contact, that's it. This is the window I have. That's it. One more, go guys. One more each. Yeah, go on at me. Yeah, come on. To the windows. Yeah, that's it. Just the power of intent will work. There. Yeah, this, here. Boom. Then windows. So everything in your martial arts, you don't pre-plan a movement. You simply exist and it comes. Chapter 19, Rhythm in the Arts. Now this is also very close to number 10, which is movement. But inside of that movement there's a rhythm. Whenever people dance, you always dance the rhythm goes, yeah? Now fighting is the same. Now find that rhythm, there's 1, 2, and you find a rhythm comes in. And this is where you must fight inside of that rhythm. Now what you must do is learn to go on the half beats. So for example, if we're dancing, that's beat. Beat. What you must do is go the half beat. So there. It's at that point you must interrupt people's bodies. Come away back. Come. So again, if it's beat, beat, half beat, there, that changes the form. So if you just throw some punches, Mike, like that, boom, 1, boom, halfway, changes. Yeah, halfway changes his rhythm. If I pull over someone who's taller, Kevin, pull someone who's taller. The same rhythm exists, but inside of a fight, so if you throw some punches, like boom, boom, what I do is inside of them rhythms, I change my point, like this. Yeah, in that sense. So again, so kick as well, Kevin. Boom, yeah, boom. And what I've got to do is there, find that rhythm. And what I do is I use these pincers in the weak skin, this point here, this. Yeah, at any point there. So what you've got to do in all of your martial arts is learn in that fight, concentrate, think there's rhythm here, there, halfway through. It'll knock out their natural timing. Okay, now we have reflex points. We all know the classic doctor scenario where we hammer on the bottom of the knee and the leg kicks out. Well, in reality, they do work. So what you have is you have areas, like we've said before in the DVD, you have areas in the body that really don't like being touched. And there's reflex points in these. We know the knees ones, but what you've got inside of here, you've got some reflex points. So grab and there. You'll see that as you roll in, that it reflexes out. There. And you cannot, and then what you do is you drop them in. So, and this is what you get. You can do this with just hook in here. So that's one way of using reflex points. So you can strike at the bottom of the knees, which is not really going to do much good apart from breaking them. But then what you can do is you can, if you find yourself here, just in them points here, and the body will automatically go over. But on another angle, you get a reflex point, where I've said before, where we get areas that the body doesn't want to have touched. The groin, the neck, the eyes, just below the knee. These sort of places do not want to be touched. So as you come in for a thingy, yeah, it doesn't want it. Then again for a face, yeah, this is not what's good. And then again, even the opposite hand shakes that. But the worst ones, of course, are yeah, they don't want that. Look at the gates that opens, yeah. In that sense, so come again. And then the all-time classic underneath the knee. That creates that, yeah. Again. So, what you need to do is you need to work at all the areas where the body's weak. And whenever they move, you need to find these spaces like this. Nobody wants to be hit like this. They do, and you'll find you don't have to touch them to make their body change and thingy. Then, yep, it will not work. Chapter 50, Death and the Ability. Quite a serious one this, and it's the last chapter. What we don't realise is that we live in a first world country. You watching this DVD and me producing it literally means we live in quite a rich society where political correctness, a good system of government, this type of thing, where we're not under constant threat every day. Now the problem is martial arts were actually established when you were under threat every day, and not everybody can be an amazing martial artist. A lot of martial artists train for years and years and years to do self-defense, and self-defense is good and everybody should learn self-defense. But martial arts were not developed for self-defense, they were developed for war, and they were developed to kill. So you get a lot of people when they train for years and years, a big thug comes over with no training, poof, out in one light, go down, and they don't believe martial arts works. That's because, in all honesty, some people can fight better than others. Some people have a natural ability to just want to be able to kill other people, to defeat other people, or to fight. Now them people nowadays have stopped training martial arts because they don't need to. They're big, they're strong. A lot of the cage fighters and all this just poof, knock people out until they go down. Martial arts was developed when people took swords, they took knives, and they put them through your throat, you died. There was no two ways about it. It wasn't, oh, he's broke a tooth or he snapped his finger. People will literally have their bellies cut open and splayed across. And in reality, that's what martial arts is. People think it's all peace and nice, and it does, and it makes your mind more concentrated, but in reality it's about killing another human being. And I don't train in the sort of caged fighting way. I don't want to kill another human being, however I want to carry them skills on to other people. Now you've got to remember, in traditional society, martial arts was about war and about death and about protecting your family. And you didn't protect them by saying, oh, you know, we'll go to court or we'll do this. You protected them by chopping the other man's head off, and it was death till the end. That doesn't exist anymore, but what we've got to realise is them people still exist. Even though our society has changed, the people are still there. So if you're not one of these natural fighters, don't give up hope. Keep training and training and training, because it's martial arts that helps the small man defeat the big man. Now, when you put in a cage and you put in like all these pads on, it doesn't work anymore because the little man will get beat every time because it's strength on strength combat. In reality, when somebody's in armour or somebody's got a sword, or if it's just somebody coming out with a hammer and you pick up something, then it's a different kettle of fish, and that's real martial art, where it's either the death or the surrender of another person. So, if you're one of these natural born fighters, please remember, temper your martial arts, temper your mind, and respect everybody else. If you are not a natural fighter, remember, train and train and train until the big thug comes at you, you know exactly how to take him down. So when you leave this DVD, go off into the world, train well, but realise you have to get harder, you have to get more efficient at combat, and you have to get more efficient at martial arts, or you're defeated. Last thing I'll leave you with, it's not that martial arts don't work, they do. It's can you make that martial art work for you?